You've been taught your entire life that to get what you want, you must work extremely hard, struggle, sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears. This is the price you've been told you must pay to actualize your dreams into reality. Whether it's wealth, ideal relationships, perfect health, or any other desire, the mainstream view is that you have to tirelessly strive and battle your way to manifesting your ambitions. Well, I'm here to share a paradigm-shifting perspective that liberates you from this limited mindset of constant striving once and for all. The grand secret I'll reveal transcends not only manifestation techniques or self-help gimmicks, but upends humanity's entire core assumptions about the nature of reality itself. You see, you've been taught that your physical reality is a cold, solid, unmovable fact that exists independent of your consciousness, that the world you experience through your senses simply is, and it is your job as a small, powerless human to accept and work within the constraints this inflexible external reality imposes upon you. But what I'm sharing today flips that perspective completely on its head. Your physical outer world does not create your reality. Your internal consciousness molds and dreams your entire reality into being. Your infinite imagination has been crafting your experiential world since the day you arrived. Every person, object, circumstance, and event you've ever witnessed has unfolded as a projection from your subconscious mind into manifested experiential form. That's right. The grand revelation is that you are not a powerless physical being confined to an external reality you cannot control. You are a cosmic, radiant consciousness, an extension of the universal mind's infinite creative power. Your thoughts, beliefs, and imaginal slates of what shape and materialize the entire outer world you experience. Everything occurring in your outer physical reality began as a thought, belief, or imagined impression within your consciousness first. Every surrounding circumstance and life situation you encounter arises as a direct mirror of the energies, identities, and assumptions you are vibrating as your consciousness. Your subconscious mind, quite literally, shapes the interior reality you are vibrationally offering. Let me make this crystal clear. You already exist within your utopian daydreams, flourishing in limitless abundance and infinite potentialities. You just cannot perceive or experience this truth because negative beliefs and doubts act like limiting filters, clouding your consciousness. So all you need to do is clear those clouded lenses of doubt and embrace that you already reside within the fulfilled state of your grandest ideals realized, to experience the penthouse reality your heart yearns for. You simply need to change the vibrational frequencies and self-concepts you are presently embodying on the interior. For your subconscious simply materializes and projects whatever interior world of beliefs, identities, and imaginal realms you are vibrating in resonance with, without judging or questioning whether they originate from positive or negative states of being. The subconscious simply renders external reality, reflections, mirroring the consciousness frequencies you offer it. It's almost as if your consciousness is a vast infinite projector screen, while the subconscious mind plays the role of materialization machinery, projecting your interior world outward into manifested realities you then experience. Positively identifying with abundant wealth, perfect health, or soulmate love causes your subconscious to render that as your outer experiential truth. Yet, negatively identifying with limiting beliefs like I'm broke, I'm never beloved, or I'm unhealthy equally causes your subconscious mind to materialize those constrictive energies into your outer world. Both states you identify with will inevitably flower into reflective experiential realities. The key is that you must change the interior frequencies, imaginal states, and core beliefs you are embodying within your consciousness to experience different exterior realities in physicalized form. Continuing to embody a deprived, disempowered, or lack-based consciousness means your subconscious will only offer you mirrored realities, reflecting those disharmonious frequencies. You've been taught to push endlessly in the hope that maybe someday you'll acquire the evidence verifying your dreams. But that's working completely against the universal flow. You already are everything you've been longing to become and have. You just cannot perceive it due to the limited energies you are presently offering. When you worry about not having enough money, guess which experiential reality manifests around you? Persistent lack and struggle, in perfect harmony with those deficient frequencies you transmitted. When you affirmed confidence, vitality, and perfect health from your core, which reality did your subconscious actualize? Radiant wellness, experiential, radiality, and wholeness. The outer world quite literally mirrors and renders whatever consciousness you are generating from your interior reality. Period. So working arduously to push towards what you want is futile. No amount of physical effort can ever compare to simply altering the interior frequencies your subconscious is instructed to materialize into experiential form. That's right. You do not need to chase, struggle, or strive to manifest your goals and dreams into physicality. All you must do is change the consciousness frequencies and self-concepts you are presently vibrating in this eternal now moment. Period. For in this eternal instant, all potentials exist in the vast creative mind we share, whether it be abundance or lack, love or loneliness, health or sickness. You simply choose which state you identify with, committing to it at the core vibrational level. Your subconscious mind, being the materialization matrix, will then render that frequency selection into manifested experiential reality. There's nothing to chase after or tirelessly struggle towards when the unlimited infinity pool of all potentials already exists within you. Every possibility is already a vibrational frequency present in this very now. You simply choose which energetic resonance of reality you wish to embody. Then your subconscious renders that frequency selection into physically. Look around you right now at your present physical circumstances. Don't judge what you see. It is simply the 3D experiential mirror reflecting the consciousness frequencies you have subconsciously been vibrating within. The beautiful truth is, this mirror always updates and reflects whatever new frequencies you decide to inhabit and embody from your core. So stop striving and pushing arduously towards your desires as if they remain in some outward physical realm separate from you. Relax into the knowledge that you already are the prosperous, loved, healthy, and fulfilled being you've longed to become. These states of being are not external realms in need of physical attainment. They exist as frequency signatures within you, right here, right now. You do not need to micromanage the how or force anything into physical manifestation. This physical universe is designed to be the infinite playground of conscious creators. It simply renders experiential forms mirroring whatever interior realities you decide to vibrate within. So stop pushing and instead commit to embodying your ideal realities at the core state of being level. Identify with the frequency of being already wealthy, healthy, and abundantly loved. Allow every cell in your being to marinate in these frequencies as the real you. Keep choosing this vibration over any counterproductive, negative, or doubting energy. Then simply allow your subconscious mind, which operates as the grand orchestrator of reality, materialization, to effortlessly render your newly selected vibrational identity into manifested experiential reflections all around you. You are not a physical being hustling and working tirelessly to scrape crumbs of fulfillment in an unmovable external world. You originate from infinite consciousness and exercise direct dominion over your experiential reality by changing the interior frequencies you offer it. Let go of the age-old paradigm of efforting, striving and chasing your longings as if they exist outside of you, waiting to someday be attained. Close your eyes, take a few conscious breaths, and open to the divine truth that you are consciousness itself, the infinite I am that shapes physical reality into vibrational reflections of your core identity. In this enlightened moment, realize that every experience and cherished, heartfelt dream you've labeled as an external pursuit already exists as interior frequency possibilities within you. Your entire physical universe constantly updates itself into manifested experiential reflections, mirroring the consciousness you identify as your truth. For every story is sound, for every light setting shines truth. For each story is truth's tragedy. For freed from limited identities shines truth. For this experience, black, unease, or struggle, bless those reflections, for they have pointed you towards remembering your sovereign power as consciousness itself, freed from limited identities. You do not exist in stagnant realities solidified by unchangeable external forces. You flow freely as infinite consciousness, temporarily experiencing whatever vibrational realities you offer to experience. The key is realizing you are never stuck or confined to any situation. You are divine presence, embodying new realities by changing your vibrational output. When you realize you are presence itself, infinitely free to choose your experiences by the vibration you identify with, all semblance of strenuous pursuit dissolves. Your physical world is birthed as a direct materialization from your state of being each eternal moment. If you are embodying abundant self-love, your experiential world reflects that frequency perfectly. So I invite you to simply relax and freely choose which vibrational reality you prefer to embody right now. What would it feel like to fully embrace yourself as already flourishing in limitless abundance, flowing with radiant wellness, and immersed in passionate soulmate love? Generate that vibration from your core and allow your subconscious mind to manifest it into your experiential reality. Stop striving and straining to become something you already are in this eternal now. For as divine consciousness itself, you exist as the infinite projector of experiential realities. The only question is which frequency you decide to broadcast into physicalized experiential expression from the infinite potentials available. Do not judge your current world as an external barrier or confine yourself to its offerings. You have always projected your reality from within. So today, choose freedom. Choose limitless abundance, unconditional love, and radiant well-being as your conscious output. Immerse yourself fully in that vibration without mental reservations or doubt. Realize that from this core-centered space of being, all materialized reflections of lack, struggle, or unease must dissolve as your new frequency floods your experiential reality. Trust this divine truth that you are the infinite projector of worlds from your conscious state of being. Then simply choose your preferred vibration of full self-realization, and your outer world effortlessly conforms into experiential reflections of whatever frequency your consciousness centers upon and embodies. So stop straining outward and instead commit to living from the empowered vibration of your limitless infinity from this moment onward. In every breath, choose the vibration of abundance. In each experience, embody the unconditional love and self-acceptance you've been seeking. With every conscious decision, broadcast peak vitality and radiant wellness out into the projection lens of physicality. Let this vibration saturate every cell and subtle energy field of your being. From this core committed space of consciously embodying your highest ideals as an already integrated state of being, your subconscious mind has no choice but to materialize mirror reflections of your inner radiant self back into your experience world. Your physical universe exists to materialize and reflect whatever vibration you emanate from consciousness in each eternal moment. So stop chasing your dreams as if they are fleeting ideals somewhere outside of you. Instead, commit to vibrating as the already embodied fulfillment of every core desire you've longed to experience. Imagine if you fully embraced yourself right now as the divine infinite, existing in a perpetual state of abundance, unconditional radiant love, and perfect health and well-being. Your experiences would holographically reflect that emanated vibration back into joyful, experiential reflections. It is only your attachment to judgments, doubts, and limiting beliefs obscuring your experience of the divine truth that you are the infinite consciousness projecting your experiential reality in each eternal now from your core vibration. So from this moment forth, let go of the struggle and strain of chasing your dreams outwardly. That paradigm only reflects the limited human identity you've outgrown. Embrace the peace that you are already the enlightened Omega, being radiantly fulfilled in your most cherished heart ideals. Simply choose to vibrate from this core truth you've always been. Allow yourself to experience and integrate the vivid auras of abundance, unconditional love, and radiant well-being enveloping your being. From this enlightened inner state, your reality will only display reflections mirroring that liberated consciousness you vibrate as your authentic self. Blessings will pour into your experience from seeming outside sources that are really just physical projections of your own unlimited vibration. Financial abundance, soul-resonant relationships, and euphoric aliveness will flow into your experience without strain as you commit to embodying those core frequencies as your authentic, divine state of being in each eternal moment. You do not have to strive, chase, or arduously push towards your greatest ideal experiences. They already exist within you as vibrational potentials. Simply select the energetic resonance you prefer to embody authentically from your core, then allow your subconscious to effortlessly materialize its infinite reflections into your experiential reality. Stop judging your current world and free yourself to embrace and live as your transcendent inner self, made divinely manifest in human form. Your entire universe exists as a cosmic moral, the materializing of whatever consciousness energies you vibrate and identify with in each now moment. You believe the testament, so choose the blissfully abundant, radiantly healthy, and unconditionally loving beinghood that already exists within you, not as a future goal, but as the radiant cosmic awareness that has always been your deepest divine truth. Allow that vibration to flow freely into the infinite creative projection of your reality experience. You are no longer a limited human having to constantly strain and struggle to acquire happiness, success, and fulfillment. You are universal consciousness itself, flowing freely through the eternal liberation of identifying with your highest ideal vibrational state of being. And from that empowered core resonance, your subconscious mind miraculously conspires to materialize its infinite manifestations into your experiential mirror. You always and have existed in the already manifested paradise of your highest ideals, for these are simply perspectives of consciousness to embrace within the field of infinite potentials composing the one infinite creator's body. You've simply learned to vibrate and identify with the limiting filters of perceived separateness from your divine essence. But in this sacred breath, you are liberated to shed all attachments to struggle, limitation, and arduous striving. Free yourself to embody the empowered vibration of your highest ideal existence, the radiant cosmic consciousness that has always been your eternal truth. You do not chase, you do not strive, you do not strain. You simply exist as the enlightened consciousness, projecting your ideal experiences into manifested experiential reflections by embodying their vibration. From your core being, you are already everything you could ever long for. Infinitely abundant, deeply loved, and radiantly well. So let go, beloved one. Release all limiting beliefs of pursuit outside of your essential divinity. Relax into embodying the miracle of your highest self. Commit to that vibration as your authentic state of being. Allow your subconscious to automatically mirror its infinite reflections of abundance, soulmate love, and blissful vitality into your experiential reality. You are already everything in this eternal moment. Simply identify with the truth of your infinite, radiant beinghood, and the world subconsciously materializes its reflection, dissolving all experiences of lack, struggle, judgments of separation. You are realized cosmic consciousness itself, embodying the highest ideal is your authentic truth. In this vast universe of infinite possibilities, you are a creator, a divine being clothed in human form. The life you experience, the reality you perceive, is not something thrust upon you by external forces. It is, in fact, a reflection of your inner world, a manifestation of your deepest beliefs and assumptions. And herein lies the transformative power of acting as if you are the best and believing in your future. To truly understand this concept, we must first grasp the fundamental nature of reality. The world you see around you, the circumstances of your life, are not solid, immutable facts. They are instead fluid expressions of consciousness, shaped and molded by your thoughts, feelings, and most importantly, your assumptions about yourself and the world. When you learn to act as if you are the best, you are not engaging in mere pretense or hollow affirmation. You are in fact aligning yourself with a profound truth, that you are already the best version of yourself in potential, waiting to be expressed in your three-dimensional reality. This is not about ego or superiority over others. It is about recognizing and embodying your divine nature, your inherent greatness. Consider for a moment the life of a great oak tree. Within its tiny acorn lies the full potential of the mighty tree it will become. The acorn doesn't strive or struggle to become an oak. It simply is an oak in potential, waiting for the right conditions to express its true nature. In the same way, your greatness, your best self, is not something you need to acquire or achieve. It is already within you, waiting to be recognized and expressed. Now you might be thinking, but Neville, how can I act as if I'm the best when my current circumstances seem to contradict this? This, my dear friends, is where the true power of your imagination comes into play. Your imagination is not merely a faculty for daydreaming or escaping reality. It is the very workshop in which your reality is crafted. When you learn to use your imagination to see yourself as the best, to feel the reality of your desired future, you set in motion a series of events that must inevitably lead to the manifestation of that reality. This is not wishful thinking or positive affirmation. This is the activation of a spiritual law, as certain as the law of gravity. Let me share with you a powerful technique to help you embody this state of being the best. I call it the I remember when exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in the future having achieved all that you desire. Now, from that future perspective, look back on your current circumstances and say to yourself, I remember when I struggled with your current challenge. How wonderful it is to have overcome that and become your desired state. As you engage in this exercise, allow yourself to feel the reality of this future state. Feel the confidence, the joy, the sense of accomplishment. Let these feelings permeate your entire being. This is not mere visualization. It is the activation of a state of consciousness that will begin to reshape your reality. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, isn't this just self-deception? Am I not lying to myself if I say what you consider to be the truth of your current circumstances is itself a form of self-deception? Your current reality is nothing more than the outpicturing of your past thoughts and beliefs. By choosing to act as if you are the best, you are not deceiving yourself. You are in fact aligning yourself with a higher truth, the truth of your divine nature and limitless potential. Consider the life of any great achiever in history. Before they manifested their greatness in the world, they first had to conceive of it in their minds. They had to act as if they were already great, even when the world told them otherwise. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of a future of racial equality at a time when such a notion seemed impossible. Steve Jobs envisioned a world where computers would be personal and intuitive, when most people couldn't imagine a use for them in their homes. These visionaries didn't wait for circumstances to change before they believed in their future. They believed first, and their belief reshaped reality. This brings us to a crucial point in our discussion, the importance of persistence. Learning to act as if you are the best is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice, a new way of being in the world. There will be times when your old beliefs and habits try to reassert themselves. There will be moments when the external world seems to contradict your inner knowing. In these moments, you must stand firm in your new assumption. Remember, the physical world you see around you is like a shadow, always lagging behind the light that casts it. That light is your consciousness. When you change your consciousness by acting as if you are the best, it may take some time for your physical reality to catch up. But catch up it must, for this is the law of your being. Let us now delve deeper into the second part of our topic, believing in future. This belief is not a mere hope or wish that things will somehow get better. It is a rock-solid knowing, an unshakable faith in the inevitability of your desired future. This kind of belief has a power that can move mountains, that can reshape entire lives. To cultivate this belief in your future, you must learn to live from the end. This means mentally occupying the state of your fulfilled desire, feeling it to be true right now, even before it has manifested in your physical reality. When you do this, you set up a tension between your inner experience and your outer reality. This tension must be resolved, and it can only be resolved in one way, by your outer reality conforming to your inner experience. Imagine for a moment that you are an archer. Your desired future is the target and your belief is the arrow. The strength of your belief determines the force with which the arrow flies. When you believe weakly, doubting and second-guessing yourself, your arrow falls short. But when you believe with all your heart, with unwavering faith, your arrow flies true and strikes the bullseye of your desire. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, what about hard work and effort? Surely we can't just believe and have everything handed to us. My dear friends, action certainly has its place. But the action that springs from a state of being your best self, from a place of unshakable belief in your future, is of a different quality altogether. When you act from this elevated state of consciousness, your actions are inspired. You find yourself naturally doing the right things, being in the right place at the right time. It's as if the entire universe conspires to support your new self-concept. This is not coincidence or luck. It is the natural result of aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe through your imagination and belief. Let me share with you a powerful practice to strengthen your belief in your future. I call it the living in the end meditation. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to relax. Now, imagine yourself in a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and real as possible. Engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? As you immerse yourself in this scene, allow the feeling of wish fulfilled to permeate your entire being. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment. Stay with this feeling for as long as you can. When you open your eyes, carry this feeling with you throughout your day. As you practice this regularly, you'll find that your belief in your future becomes stronger and more unshakable. You'll begin to notice small changes in your external reality that confirm your new self-concept. These are signs that your new assumption is taking root, that your reality is beginning to reshape itself to match your inner state. Now let us address a common challenge that many face when trying to act as if they are the best and believe in their future: the opinions and judgments of others. In your journey of self-transformation, you may encounter skepticism or even opposition from those around you. They may question your new behavior, doubt your vision for the future. In these moments, it's crucial to remember that others can only see the shadow of your past beliefs. They are reacting to who you were, not who you are becoming. Their opinions, no matter how well-intentioned, are based on a reality that you are in the process of transcending. Do not let their limited perception dim the brightness of your vision. Instead, see their skepticism as an opportunity to strengthen your new assumption. When faced with doubts, silently affirm to yourself, "They simply cannot see yet what I know to be true." In time, they too will witness the manifestation of my greatness. By maintaining your stance in the face of opposition, you are not being stubborn or delusional. You are, in fact, demonstrating an unshakable faith in the creative power of your consciousness. As you continue on this path of acting as if you are the best and believing in your future, you may notice an interesting phenomenon. Not only does your external reality begin to change, but your perception of yourself and the world around you also shifts. Things that once seemed impossible now appear within reach. Challenges that once overwhelmed you now become opportunities for growth and expression of your newfound confidence. The shift in perception is a natural result of your elevated consciousness. As you consistently occupy the state of being your best self, you begin to see the world through new eyes. You recognize opportunities that were always there but were previously invisible to you. You find reserves of strength and creativity within yourself that you never knew existed. But let us delve even deeper into this concept of acting as if you are the best. This is not about comparison with others or striving to be superior. It is about fully embodying your unique gifts and talents, about expressing the divine potential that is uniquely yours. When you act as if you are the best, you are honoring the divine spark within you, allowing it to shine forth in all its brilliance. Consider for a moment the great masters in any field, be it art, science, spirituality, or business. What sets them apart is not just their skill or knowledge, but their unwavering belief in their unique vision and abilities. They act as if they are the best, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep reverence for the gift they have been given, and a sense of responsibility to share that gift with the world. You, my dear friends, have been given a unique gift, a unique purpose. When you act as if you are the best, you are stepping into the fullness of that purpose. So declaring to the universe, "I am ready to be all that I am meant to be." And the universe, in its infinite wisdom abundance, responds by aligning circumstances to support your declaration. Now let us turn our attention to the power of persistence in this practice. Acting as if you are the best and believing your future is not a one-time event. It is a continuous choice, a moment-by-moment decision to align yourself with your highest mission. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when old habits of thought try to reassert themselves. In these moments, gentle persistence is key. When you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of thought or behavior, do not judge or criticize yourself. Simply notice what's happening and make a conscious choice to return to your new state of Yoga. Remember, you are reprogramming deeply ingrained patterns of thought and belief. This takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself, but be persistent. One powerful way to maintain this persistence is through the practice of revision. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review the events of your day. If there were any moments where you didn't act as your best self or where you doubted your future, mentally revise those scenes. See them playing out the way you would have wanted them to. with you fully embodying your best self. Feel the satisfaction and joy of this revised scenario. This practice of revision is not about denying what happened or living in fantasy. It is about exercising your creative power, about refusing to let temporary setbacks define your self-concept or your future. By consistently revising your day, you strengthen your new assumption and weaken the hold of old limiting beliefs. As we continue our exploration, let us consider how this practice of acting as if you are the best and believing in your future affects your relationships with others. When you truly embody this state of being, you naturally inspire those around you. Your confidence, your joy, your sense of purpose becomes contagious. Without saying a word, you give others permission to step into their own greatness. Moreover, when you act from this elevated state of consciousness, you naturally attract people and circumstances that align with your new self-concept. You may find that new opportunities present themselves, that doors previously closed suddenly open. This is not coincidence. It is the natural result of your shifted consciousness drawing to you that which resonates with your Neville vibration. But what about those times when, despite your best efforts, things don't seem to be changing? When, despite acting as if you are the best and believing in your future, your external reality seems stubbornly resistant to change. This, my dear friends, is when your faith is truly tested and when it has the opportunity to grow strongest. In these moments of apparent stagnation or setback, it's crucial to remember that what you see in your external reality is the manifestation of past thoughts and beliefs. Your new assumption, your new way of being, is like a seed planted in the ground. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not growing. Trust in the unseen forces at work. Know that as long as you maintain your new state of consciousness, change must come. It is law. Let me share with you a powerful affirmation to use in these moments of doubt or impatience. Say to yourself, my external reality is still catching up to my inner knowing. I trust in the perfect unfolding of my desire. Feel the truth of these words. Let them sink deep into your consciousness, reinforcing your unshakable belief in your future. As we near the conclusion of our exploration, I want to address a question that may be arising in your minds. How do I maintain this elevated state of consciousness in the face of life's heavy challenges and disappointments? The answer lies in understanding that your state of consciousness is a choice, one that you have the power to make in every moment. Regardless of what is happening around you, you always have the ability to choose your inner state. This doesn't mean denying or ignoring challenging circumstances. It means choosing to interpret and respond to those circumstances from the perspective of your best self, of someone who believes unshackably in their future. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how would my best self respond to this situation? How would someone who is absolutely certain of their bright future handle this? Then act from that place. This is not pretense or fakery. It is a conscious choice to align yourself with your highest potential, even in the face of adversity. Remember, my dear friends, the circumstances of your life are not the truth of who you are. They are simply the outpicturing of your past assumptions and beliefs. As you consistently choose to act as if you are the best and believe in your future, you set in motion your same new chain of causation. Your external reality has no choice but to reshape itself to match your new inner state. In conclusion, I urge you to embrace this powerful truth. You are the author of your life story. Every moment is an opportunity to write a new chapter, to reimagine yourself and your future. By learning to act as if you are the best and believing unwaveringly in your future, you tap into the infinite creative power of your consciousness. Go forth from here not as seekers, but as knowers. Know that within you lies the power to reshape your reality. Know that as you align yourself with the truth of divine nature, all things become possible. Trust in the law of your being, which states that your inner assumptions must inevitably manifest in your outer reality. Let your light shine brightly, undiminished by doubt or fear. Act as if you are the best, not out of ego, but out of reverence for the divine potential within you. Believe in your future with an unshakable faith, knowing that you do so, you set in motion forces beyond your current comprehension that will work tirelessly to bring your vision into reality. Thank you for your attention, my beloved audience. May your journey of self-discovery and manifestation be filled with joy, wonder, and the continual unfolding of your limitless potential. Remember, in acting as if you are the best and believing in your future, you are not reaching for something outside yourself. You are simply allowing the truth of who you are to shine forth in all its glory. Trust in this process, persist in this practice, and watch in awe as your life transforms before your very eyes. Consider for a moment what are circumstances. They are but shadows, fleeting images projected onto the screen of space by the light of your consciousness. They have no substance of their own. They are dead, powerless things until you breathe life into them through your attention. I tell you with absolute certainty that the whole vast world is yourself pushed out. Every circumstance, every condition, every person you encounter is but yourself in a different guise. When you truly grasp this, you will understand that to change your world, you need only change yourself, your inner talking, your assumptions, your feeling about yourself. Let me share with you what I mean. Many of you sit here tonight surrounded by circumstances you do not desire. Perhaps you face financial lack, illness, loneliness, or unfulfilling work. And you say to me, but Neville, these are facts. How can I deny what my senses show me? I say to you, facts are but the fruit of past assumptions. They have no power to perpetuate themselves unless you continue to water them with your attention. You see, consciousness is the only reality. When you fully grasp this truth, you will know that circumstances are not the cause. They are the effect. Your inner conversations, your feeling about yourself, your assumptions, these are the cause. Change these, and you must change the outer picture. Let me tell you something profound. Your consciousness is God. Not a God in some distant heaven, but the only God, the one and only creator of your experience. I am is God. When you say I am, you are proclaiming the name of God. And whatever you attach to that mighty name becomes your reality. Now, many of you have been taught to look at circumstances and let them dictate your inner state. This is living in complete opposition to the divine pattern. You have taken the shadow for the substance. You have given power to powerless things. Tonight I tell you, stop it. Stop it now. Instead, I urge you to live from the end. What do I mean by this? I mean to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. If you desire wealth, you must feel wealthy now, regardless of your bank account. If you desire health, you must feel healthy now, regardless of the doctor's report. If you desire love, you must feel love now, regardless of your current relationships. For you see, feeling is a secret. It is not enough to merely think about your desire or to speak words of affirmation. You must feel it real. You must clothe yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled until it becomes your dominant state. Let me share a principle that has transformed countless lives. Whatever you assume to be true, if persisted in, will harden into fact. This is an immutable law. It cares not whether your assumption is good or bad, positive or negative. It will work with the same mathematical precision either way. Consider this. Right now in your imagination, you can step into the state of your wish fulfilled. You can feel it real. You can sleep in that state tonight. And as you persist in this feeling, the outer world must reshape itself to match your inner assumption. It has no choice, for the outer world is yourself pushed out. I tell you, circumstances are like clay in the hands of your consciousness. They have no fixed reality. They are fluid, malleable, responsive to your inner state. But you must withdraw your attention from the unwanted circumstance. Give it no power. Grant it no reality. Instead, place all your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Live from that state. Sleep in that state. Let that be your reality. For whatever you feel as real, the outer world must confirm. Let me tell you of the law that governs all manifestation. Imagination creates reality. Not sometimes, not occasionally, but always. Every moment of your life, you are using this law, whether consciously or unconsciously. Your present circumstances are the result of your past imagining. But here is the liberating truth. You are free to change your imagining at any moment. You are free to assume a new state. You are free to feel a new reality. And as you do, the outer world must follow suit. Many of you say, but Neville, my circumstances are too powerful. They overwhelm me. I say to you, circumstances have only the power you give them through your attention and belief. They are like scenes in a movie. Would you sit in a theater and believe that the images on the screen have power over you? Of course not. Yet you do this very thing with the circumstances of your life. Remember this, your attention is your life. Whatever you place your attention upon, you give life to. Whatever you withdraw your attention from must wither and die in your world. This is the law. So I tell you, withdraw your attention from unwanted circumstances. Give them no life. Instead, place your attention fully and completely on the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Live in the end. Feel it real. And watch as the outer world reshapes itself to match your inner assumption. Let me share with you a profound secret. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret of creation. God's name is I am. Whatever you attach to that mighty name, you give life to. When you say I'm poor, you are creating poverty. When you say I am wealthy, you are creating wealth. But it must be felt, not merely spoken. Your inner conversations are creating your reality. What are you saying to yourself throughout the day? What assumptions are you making about yourself and your world? These inner conversations are more important than any outer action you might take. For you see, action does not produce the state of consciousness you desire. Rather, the state of consciousness produces the corresponding action. Change your state of consciousness, and the actions that lead to your desire will flow naturally and effortlessly. I tell you this, circumstances are powerless to prevent the fulfillment of your desire if you will but assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption. The whole vast world will conspire to assist you when you live from the end. Consider this, every moment of your life you are in a state. You may be in a state of wealth or poverty, health or illness, love or loneliness. And whatever state you are in has its own internal logic, its own inner conversations, its own assumptions about what is possible and what is not. But you are not bound to any state unless you consent to remain in it. You are free at any moment to move to a new state. How? By assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, by living from the end, by making your desired state more real to you than your present circumstances. Let me tell you something that few understand. Your present circumstances are nothing more than your past thoughts and feelings made visible. They have no power to create your future unless you continue to think and feel from them. Instead, you must think and feel from the end. If you desire wealth, you must think and feel as a wealthy person would. If you desire health, you must think and feel as a healthy person would. If you desire love, you must think and feel as a loved person would. This is not pretense or self-deception. This is the creative use of imagination, which is God in action. For imagination creates reality. This is the law. Many of you say, but Neville, how can I feel wealthy when my bills are unpaid? How can I feel healthy when my body shows illness? How can I feel love when I am alone? I say to you, you must be willing to deny the evidence of your senses and live entirely in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. For you see, your senses show you only the world that was, the fruit of past assumptions. They cannot show you what can be. Only imagination can show you that. And imagination, being God in you, is more real than any sensory evidence. Let me share with you a principle that will transform your life. What you feel is real in effect. The outer world must conform to your inner feeling. This is law. But you must persist in the feeling. You must not be like the man who, having prayed for rain, goes out carrying an umbrella but soon discards it because he sees no clouds. Instead, you must be like the man who, having imagined the end, lives completely in that end regardless of appearances. He knows that appearances are shadows having no power of their own. He gives his attention and allegiance only to the desired end, knowing it must externalize itself in his world. Consider this: every moment of time is a door through which your assumption might pass into manifestation. But you must feel it real. You must live from it. You must sleep in the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. For sleep, my dear friends, is the time when your assumptions are impressed most deeply upon your subconscious mind. As you fall asleep, feeling your wish fulfilled, you are engaging the creative power of the universe to bring your desire into manifestation. Let me tell you of the power of persistent assumption. Whatever you assume to be true, if persisted in, will become your reality. This is not positive thinking or wishful thinking. This is the creative power of God in action, for you are God in expression. Your consciousness is the only reality. Whatever you are conscious of being, you become. This is the law. But you must persist in your assumption until it feels natural to you, until it becomes your predominant state of consciousness. Many of you fail in your desires because you do not persist. You assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled for a moment, but then return to your old state when circumstances appear unchanged. I tell you, circumstances are the last to change. They are the fruit, not the root. The root is your consciousness, your feeling, your assumption. Change these, persist in the new assumption, and the circumstances must change. They have no choice, for the outer world is yourself pushed out. Let me share with you a secret of manifestation. Your desire is already fulfilled in what I call the fourth dimensional world of consciousness. Your task is not to make it happen, but to match your feeling state with its fulfillment now. For you see, time is purely psychological. The future exists now in your consciousness. By feeling your desire is fulfilled now, you are actually moving into that future state. You are claiming it as present fact in your consciousness. Remember this: the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when circumstances change, but now. Feel it real now. Live from that feeling now. Sleep in that feeling now. And watch as the outer world, which has no choice but to express your inner state, begins to reshape itself to match your assumption. This is the law, and it cannot fail. Let me tell you something profound about the nature of consciousness. It is the only reality. Everything you see, everything you experience, is but the outpicturing of your states of consciousness. Change your consciousness, and you change everything. But you must understand this: consciousness is not mere surface thinking. It is not affirmations or positive thinking. Consciousness is the sum total of your assumptions, beliefs, inner conversations, and most importantly, your feeling out yourself and your world. To master your reality, you must master your consciousness. You must become deliberate in what you accept as true. You must become selective in what you give attention to. For whatever you give attention to, you give life to. Consider this: every moment of your life, you are accepting certain things as true. You are having inner conversations that support these acceptances. You are feeling certain things about yourself and your world. This is your state of consciousness. But I tell you this: you are free to change your state at any moment. You are free to revise your inner conversations. You are free to assume a new feeling about yourself and your world. And as you do, the outer world must conform to your new assumption. Let me share with you the secret of living from the end. It is to completely ignore present circumstances while maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This requires spiritual maturity. It requires the ability to deny the dominance of your senses and live entirely in the reality of your assumption. For you see, circumstances are only facts if you continue to give them attention and believe in their reality. The moment you withdraw your attention and place it fully on your desire fulfilled, circumstances lose their power to persist. Remember this, your attention is your life. Whatever you place your attention upon grows in your world. Whatever you withdraw your attention from must wither and die in your world. This is the law. So I tell you, give no attention to unwanted circumstances. They are shadows, having no substance of their own. Instead, place all your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Live from that feeling. Sleep in that feeling. Make it more real to you than any sensory evidence. Let me tell you of the power of assumption. It is literal in its working. Whatever you assume to be true, whatever you feel as real, must externalize itself in your world. This is not magic or mysticism. This is the law of consciousness. But you must persist. You must not be like those who assume their desire for a day or a week and then return to their old state when circumstances seem unchanged. Remember, circumstances are the last to change. They are the fruit of your assumption, not the cause of it. Consider this. Every moment of your life you are in a state. And whatever state you are in has its own inner talking, its own feeling tone, its own set of assumptions about what is possible and what is not. But you are not bound to any state unless you continue to occupy it through your attention and feeling. You are free at any moment to move to a new state. How? By assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and persisting in that assumption until it becomes your dominant state. Let me share with you a principle that few understand. The outer world is dead, powerless until you animate it with your consciousness. It has no power to create your future unless you grant it that power through your attention and belief. Instead of accepting the outer world as cause, recognize it as effect, the effect of your past assumptions and beliefs. Then turn your attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled, knowing that this new assumption must in time become your outer reality. Remember this. Consciousness is the only reality. What you are conscious of being, you become. This is the law. But you must be constant in your assumption. You must not waver between states. For you see, the law is impersonal. It does not care whether your assumption is positive or negative, constructive or destructive. It will work with equal precision either way. Your task is to choose wisely what you will assume and then persist in that assumption. Let me tell you something profound about the nature of desire. The very existence of a desire indicates the existence of the means for its fulfillment. For desire is God in you, urging you to express more of what you truly are. But you must understand this, the fulfillment of desire comes not through outer action, but through inner assumption. Change your assumption about yourself and your world, and you change everything. Consider this, every moment of your life is a fresh opportunity to assume a new state. You are not bound by your past unless you choose to be. You are free at any moment to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and live from that assumption. This is the end of my message to you tonight. Remember, circumstances have no power over you unless you grant them that power through your attention and belief. Live from the end. Feel it real. Persist in your assumption. And watch as the outer world reshapes itself to match your inner state. For this is the law, and it cannot fail. You are the operant power in your world. You are the God of your universe. What you assume as true must externalize itself in your world. Choose wisely what you will assume and persist until it becomes your reality. The power is within you. Use it wisely. Use it lovingly. Use it now.